Your fingers, especially for guys, if you want to keep your fingernails. Your elbow, the V where the bell sits. Your legs, what has to happen, and your wrist is open to relaxed. So, number one, where it sits, the bell sits in your hand. The palm of your hand, it sits diagonal. If it starts sitting here, you're going to cramp up a lot, and you're going to feel a lot of pressure in the hands, and then again, for doing it long minutes at a time, you're going to cramp really bad. You want it diagonal, so it's in the palm of your heel. Okay, there's not a lot of space here. So every time I shoot up, I actually punch it a little bit forward to get my hand in that correct position. Okay, so this is number one, the handle. Number two is the fingers. I don't need this, because you guys are going to realize you don't want this for doubles, because you're going to be doing a lot of clanks. I'm going to talk about the false grip. You want your fingers up. So you can have this finger up, but the fingers are going to be tucked or they're going to be up. Everyone's preference. So this is how I blend every time. My fingers are always tucked. You don't need to be around the handle, because it causes the hand to be stressed. I want the hand to be, right now my hand is relaxed, now it's forward and stressed. Okay? The elbow. And this is the hardest part. This is the part that takes a long time to get from here to here. What's going to have to happen? The elbow's got to learn how to stretch in and get into the iliac crest. Because this is where the drive comes from, for the first bump and the jerk.
Okay, let me see the other side.
It's tucking the elbow in. Because everyone wants to be here. Okay, but it's not efficient. And when I do my bump, it's air. So now I've got to use my shoulder. I want to use my hips to drive the bell. So I tuck the bell in.
So you're actually pressing.
It's coming from my
hips,
hip.
driving your elbow.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Now, everyone's different on the catch on this V. When the bell is heavy, you're going to notice I have to use muscle to hold it like this close to my body. When I start going heavier, you're going to notice the bell comes out to sit there. So right now, all that weight's on my elbow. My hand's relaxed. It's actually resting. I'm not using any muscle right now to hold this bell.
Except bigger muscles in your lower body.
Right, so I'm losing all of this, and it's into my hip. So right now, it's in my hip, and that's where I want it. So it's this V. The bell's got to sit, and that's why it's nice to have grips. It's got to sit in this V. So my hips are forward, and the bell is sitting in a V. I'm not holding it.
And the same goes for when you have two kettlebells?
Yes, yes, we're going to talk about that. For sure, we're going to do that next. So the knees are locked. They're locked forward, and my hips pushing forward. So I'm not here, I'm here. That's why you can't tighten your ass all the time. So if you do a lot of doubles and you tighten your ass, you're going to feel this really weird pain here. So I'm here. Legs are forward, and then my hips. And what's going to happen with doubles is you're going to round. So the last one is the wrist is open, so my hand's relaxed. It's not tight, because a lot of guys want to hang on to this. They're like this. No, most of the time they're like this. You want to be here and relaxed. For efficiency, to drive. Okay, so those are the 6 points to the clean. So, when I clean the bell, bringing it up nice and close, tucking my elbow into my body, and down. And then I'm going to talk about this movement. Once we start getting moving, your elbow actually has to go from here to shift over to the iliac crest.
So if you don't have a groove like me and just built straight racetrack with your belly, just force it, eventually it'll come?
Eventually it'll come. You just keep working on it. So not the elbow, but you need to have this too. So what will happen is this. See
so
this?
I do.
Yeah.
I think I have a hip also.
Well, it'll be in there eventually.
Try to aim for that.
Yeah, I try to aim for that through this. So you're going to have to thrust this hip over. And what's going to happen with the weight will be easier. That's why it's hard to do jerks with a light weight for you guys. Because it's really hard. I can't sink it, Pink. So this is a sink here. I can't sink it. Because it's too light. It's ridiculous,
yeah.
Right? So it's here. If I do a green,
It's automatic.
see, look, now everything just goes, bleh. Now it's sunk into my hip. My hips are forward. I'm just off a little bit. It's sitting there nice and comfortable.
I want to talk maybe a little bit about shirts too.
Yeah, dry fit and Under Armour, I found out the hard way.
This stuff right here.
Because
Yeah.
yes, it slides.
Slippery.
Your elbow's gonna slide a lot. So what will happen is that you get a spray bottle before competition. They wet their shirts because it sticks. I'm going to show you when you guys start cleaning. I'm going to tuck in your shirts like this, and that's where your elbow's actually supposed to set. And I'll show you guys once we start cleaning a lot more, especially the doubles. You'll see it a lot more in the doubles. So.